Hello, I'm Will Forge, and today we will forge. Right now, I wanted to show this off a little bit before I get moving. So anybody watching this on YouTube, or anyone who's chimed in already, or is like already, watching live, can see a little bit of the progress I've been making on Overlook. So this is basically some of the stuff I've been doing. I got to like arting. I was just trying to get myself more hyped about the map again so I could work on the bot stuff, because it's so much work to do the bot stuff. So I did that. I figured out how to make stones down here bigger since last time. Figured out how to make those stones bigger. It's really simple. There's just this one object, or a couple of objects that just make them bigger. It's the Forerunner platform, and its texture on it is just really large. And then whenever you scale it, it scales with it like normal. So just as a reminder, I'll set something else. For anybody who doesn't remember, I'll just grab a regular wall object and set it to the same exact cobblestone texture. I think someone was telling me about this one at one point, and I didn't know what they meant exactly, because it wasn't like while I was working on it. And then I went and took that's cobblestone. Not cobblestone, sorry. The stonework, that's what it's called. Stonework. That and that are the exact same texture, but because this one's UV unwrap is so blown up, or rather I imagine it's very small compared to the actual image, so like this entire wall probably takes up like this much of that same image, so it stretches the image out onto its 3D surface, so in the end that just means that this wall has massive stones and this one has smaller stones. You can't scale it to find anything in between. You can't scale it to make one that's even larger than this. You can't scale it to find something that's even smaller than this. But you do have a couple of set objects that sort of have slightly different scales. And yeah, someone had pointed that out to me, and yeah, so that's what I did. I forget who it was who pointed it out. It might have been Mike Latona in my chat, like on YouTube, on my thing. But yeah, so we've got this area. I don't even think this is going to be pathable. I think I'm actually going to probably put like a blocker or something there, but it could be. There's no reason it can't be like something you could grapple shot up to and just be in a weird spot, And I might put something like a soft kill zone up here whenever you get up to these higher parts. I haven't rebaked lighting either, so anything you see here, like these emissive objects, are not what do you call it? Radiating onto any of the area around them. And yeah, so there's that. This thing is also probably going to be sort of off limits. It might be, because it's just too much compared to make this and also make it mirrored to the other side of the map. So I've got a lot to do to make sure these areas are like, blocked. I mean, a soft kill zone up there might work, because you could get up there and then hide for a second and then hop back down. But then to do that means I need to start putting in like ledges up there that are equal, like a small cave or something maybe up there that, you could hop up into and sort of be similarly protected, which would also mean I'd have to make that cave come through and be on the other side of the waterfall, which would put it up here in this little alcove, which isn't too bad. It'd be kind of cool, but I don't know. We'll see if I want to add that in later, but we'll see whenever. I'll make that decision once I know more about the final budget of the map, because actually someone was asking about this, the map is at 80% Forge simulation, and that is with a whole bunch of additional, like these are all individual objects that don't need to be individual objects. They're not high price objects because they're just the basic, Forge items, but like for example, this thing is going to be this entire wall, possibly even going down to there, to the ground. So like another one of these with the large stones, and that means it's not going to, it's going to cost even less than what these would be by a significant margin, because I think like I bet this platform is like maybe slightly more expensive than one of these. So like I'm going to get a lot of budget back, is what I'm saying. So this is all cool for now, and now I got to go over to and continue this art and continue finishing these things. This roof still looks goofy, while the rest of the building looks pretty cool. This roof is still way more expensive than it needs to be, while the rest of the building still looks cool. So there's a lot to do still on Overlook. But I'm going to switch over to the other one for now, because I don't really want to work on Overlook right this second. I wanted to work on the other one that we were working on. Oh, I didn't tweet that I'm going live. Ooh. FromSoft really does copy Macarena of time a lot, don't they? Alright, let's see. Now, that is not a hot take, that is the truth. And I bet they would be very willing to admit that because it's an amazing game. Going back, it's one of the biggest, most classic, you know, most well-loved titles. Okay, so I need to tweet while it's loading into the map. Let's see. Alright, so I made a bunch of progress over here, too. So let me go ahead and show that off. Let me make sure my other screen is loaded correctly. There we go. Okay, so lots of stuff going on over here. Haven't scripted that to move yet. Gonna do that soon. But, I was developing this, right? Well, we were working on this yesterday. This is just slapped here so I can grab from it later. It's just a block. We were making this yesterday at the end of the stream, and then off stream, whenever I was helping my daughter do her schoolwork, I was working on this, which is like an initial block out of the you know, man cannon there. I'll probably have to make this piece wider to come over and touch there so it looks better, because this side is like nicely obscuring the fact that it's an inner tube inside of an outer tube. But yeah, it's all going pretty nicely. And then I ended up cutting. Instead of making it launch straight up through the bottom and making you appear up on top of the bridge, I opted instead to have it launch you into an area here, which is like under the bridge, because I did kind of think I wanted to make it split level bridge, kind of like Narrows, but not like Narrows at the same time. So it's very it's a little different. And so basically you come down here, and now you actually have the ability to try and like fight both sides. But also you're having to contend with both sides shooting at you. Probably gonna put some railing or some kind of cover here, like some short railing kind of thing, which I'll do today. Basically though, it's got this area. You can drop down into either side that you want, but you can't come back up. Oh, how did that happen? Okay, apparently you can. What was that? Okay, it's not doing it anymore. Okay, there's a bit of a bump whenever you run into a wall, and then you can jump and kind of. Okay, did they get rid of that bump? Apparently they got rid of that bump. I didn't know about that. The parkour map that was so popular a while back required that bump to make it through. So I wonder if that one died or if they made adjustments. Anyway, I don't know how it worked that one time, but somehow I got up. I must have done something weird about the collision controls or jumping or something like that. Anyway, the point is that you can get down, and with a grapple shot or repulsor you could get back onto this platform very easily and get back up. I also made it low enough so that if you decide to, if you're like, oh yeah, I want to get up there, that side doesn't have any ground around it, so I can't really use that side. And I didn't put the tank back. Okay, so I need to. Anyway, I was just gonna say that if you wanted to get back up, you could drive a Warthog over here, park it, and hop onto it and come up very easily. And then from here, I got a little bit of like art inspiration done whenever I placed that down as my sort of like idea. It put that line there, and then I was like, I gotta put glass so you can see it. Anyway, you can grab. Oh, I gotta hold down the back button. Right. You can in fact hop down. And then you're here, and then you can hop into the grav lift, and it'll launch you up and through, and then you are good to run around up here afterward. And so basically, I'm either gonna put cover in the middle, and then some cover on the sides at the start of it, so that it kind of, I think that's probably what I'm gonna end up doing. So whenever you come out, you're still able to be shot at from either side, but at the same time, getting to it, so this is a consideration. Getting to it is out of cover enough, and you're so exposed, and once you get up here, and then you land, I feel like you should be safe. So maybe I'll put the cover here, and then put like one in the middle there. That way, whenever you get up here, you're no longer threatened by anybody over there or over there, but now you could theoretically be threatened by someone over there. So you want to, you basically want to track where you're going. You know, like pay attention to where you need to look while you're going through all this. You can kind of see that the bridge is much low. It's a little bit lower by like 6 to 8. Yeah, probably 8 world units, something like that. So whenever I copy it over, that one's going to be lower. But I think it makes a better slope. I like this slope better. I built it off the slope. I angled this down, and then I snapped it to where the original bridge was, and it was just awful to angle it the way that it was before. So I angled it down lower and snapped it to the same place that I had just created by doing that, and yeah, it works much better. I'm also going to put some more stuff on this bridge. I feel like it's lacking in detail, and I want it to have more. I want to have more detail. I'm going to put some kind of flat objective sort of texture, which I'll do right now, just because I want. I know that it's not. I know I'm jumping to art again. Actually, this one wouldn't be bad and doesn't need to have any emissive objects. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so basically, I can flatten this to create that. And what I can do is actually go down to the Forerunner emissive. Because what you gotta remember is, I believe emissive objects are cutting into your dynamic object thing, something like that. We're not entirely certain because 343 has not told us what all that stuff does. But it's, I believe it's like cutting into something like that. And I think the reason that they haven't told us is because they haven't nailed it all down yet themselves. So they're probably going to change that kind of thing. But anyway, that's my guess anyway. It's not like they told me or anything. That would be really useful if they did. If we just knew something. But yeah, okay, so if this was wider and longer, it would make this entire bridge look nicer. Let's snap it to there, and then we will go up on the vertical to create that texture. And then I need to go back to the middle of the map, like that. And if I go a little bit higher, I can even like make this texture meet. That's not what I meant to do. I mean, I guess it kind of is what I meant to do. Yeah, because if I go any, yeah, I've got to bring this up. And then let's see. This position, make it more. Oh wait, hold on. Okay, we gotta find out if it's smooth to walk onto down here. It doesn't appear to be. Yeah, there's a little bit of a weirdness going on. Alright, so there. No, that's not gonna work. Yeah, I think I just gotta bring it down to be the minimum. Yeah, there we go. Looks good now. It doesn't quite go all the way up to the top, and if I make it go any farther, it's gonna poke out weird. So instead, I'm just gonna go down that way to hide that tip and let it kind of go into that. This like weird detail was actually just the stuff below here poking through. Whoa, no. Down here poking up through, and it actually makes a really cool kind of detail on the bridge itself. It's not super traversable, so what I'll probably do is either make it like add a little bit of an invisible ramp going up onto it, or maybe just add it into a larger piece here. Like I was thinking about putting some like light object or something right here that it can connect to these. Not sure. Anyway, let's see. Okay. Oh right, I haven't activated that. So anyway, made a bunch of progress so far, and we're going to start working on it some more now. I will have to re-aim these, but I also need to figure out where I'm going to attach them to and everything. Because their positioning before was just like a really loose block-out idea. And I do think that the sides need some kind of detail as well, but not sure what I'm going to do there. Because they look just very plain. Or maybe just a texture swap. Which would actually allow me to keep the inner texture and the outer texture is different. That could be cool. Let's see, what is this one? The really... Let's see. That's not bad. Ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da. Let's see. That's kind of interesting having the diagonal fitting that way, but it's not going to match the same over here. It's going to diagonal a different direction, so I can't do that one. It's going to have to be something going up the slope like this one. One of the cool things is I can grab this one and I can change the grime to frost. A, B, C, D, E, F. Frost. Where is it? That's 4 under. Oh, it's the other F down here. There it is. And I can bring that up, and potentially it will add. I don't know where it's even adding the grime. It's an object that stretches, so I expect there to be somewhere that it adds grime. I don't see it at all. And adding scratches? Also, nothing. Weird. That object is broken. Very strange. But I was going to make it to where it's like frosted on that side and not on this side, and then this piece being on top of them both would kind of obscure the seam between them. And so this area would just be all frosted over. But unfortunately, it doesn't appear to be working. That's kind of lame. Oh, I don't remember this being poking through like that. I don't think I even noticed that, but it actually works out pretty well. There'll be a little bit of detail, a little greeblies coming off the wall. Yeah, that'll work out pretty good. And I don't hate it. Okay, cool. Alright, as far as like block out is concerned, I don't hate it. Like you could easily like, can't step on it, but you can like run up here and use it to escape vehicles running you over, trying to get you like a warthog. But also it can give you a bit of a height against like trying to shoot into that door, so you can kind of see a little bit better. But at the same time, it all locks you in over here, so you can't like see a lot. It's just like a useful spot for very specific sight lines and avoidance. So I think that'll work out very nicely. This piece is here because I'm thinking about putting it to replace these verticals, but we're not at that art phase yet. I need to stop doing that. I think it's time to go back into doing blockouts for this thing. Okay, we need some crenellations, basically. And if we're going to have this kind of thing over here, I want to do the same thing over here. We don't need machicolations, but we do need crenellations. Alright. Let's go 45. And then snap it over here some kind of way. Actually, let's flip it around this way. So I think this side could go very nicely right there. Let's see, wait. How high are these? They're... oh, yeah, that's about right. They're supposed to be right there. So if that piece comes out of there, and then there's some crenellations going this way, yeah, that looks really nice. I could theoretically add another one, like move this over to here, and that might work even better. But having it open right before the grav lift kind of gives you one last chance to sort of take them out before they hit there. No, the grav lift... yeah, no, actually, from an angle, from this building... a lot of the angles you can see, if that was here, you know, then I think it would actually leave just a wide enough gap there to really get a final shot at them with the sniper rifle. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and grab all of these and snap them in there and delete these. That would be perfect. Now all of these, of course, are a block out, and it's going to look much nicer in the end. But for now, we got something. We have something to play with. So I think it was that one, right? That snaps to there. Is that right? Yeah, it looks right. Awesome. Very nice. So how big is that? That is not enough to protect you from snipers all the way to here. And then you can hide, but you're still open to that sniper. So no matter what you do, you're a little bit exposed. I might need to raise them up, that's what I'm trying to say. Because you come out of the grav lift and land like this, where this piece can, if you go, oh shoot, a sniper's over there, you can hide here, but then like people, if the enemy has you locked down on both sides, you'd be screwed. And I don't just mean snipers, of course, it's like, you know, there's the BR, there's, excuse me, the stalker rifle, there's sniper, there's shock rifle, there's a ton of different, in the skewer, there's a ton of different options to take you out from really far away like that, so it is going to leave you a little bit exposed. I don't have the inner tube at all over here, by the way, but just yet, so it's over here, but not there yet. Yeah, it's almost dinner time. You can get a snack, go ahead. There's like apples and peaches and blueberries and all sorts of stuff in there, and other food as well. Okay, so what I am thinking, though, is this one. I could theoretically make them taller, like I was saying, and I might go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and prefab them all and just move on their height up by 2. Because that'll bring them halfway up the block, because that block is a 4. And that would give you just a little more cover. They'll still be able to dome you if you're really close, and if you go, and while you're going between them, and they'll still see the glow of your head as you're moving. So even if you're like back out really far to try and block off view over there, or even crouch, you know, they'll have seen you at some point. So that should do really good coverage, though. It does make these crenellations slightly higher than the ones on the outer parts of the map. So visually it might be a little odd, but hopefully that's not a big problem. Hopefully it matches. It works out. Whenever I'm doing the art phase, I'll figure out a way to do it. Oh, the old one, I didn't delete it. Look at that. Alright, so now they're both higher, and I do want to unprefab these, because there's a limit on how many prefabs you can have, and I don't need them to remain prefabbed. Like, for example, this might just become a slope, instead of this kind of straight-up crenellation. Like, it might even be one of these, where there's like a window in the middle. Rather than having an opening, there'd be like a slope there, and then there'd be a hole right here for a window. But anyway. You can't really shoot over them, though, so you kind of have to come out from cover. That's a little different than the ones over there. Over here, you can stand here and shoot people over there, and you can even shoot down to the ground. But if you crouch, people on the ground can't shoot you at all. So it's a little bit of a different situation than these. Maybe I should re-prefab these. I shouldn't have. Wait, undo? Yes, there we go. I can do all of them at once. Let's see. So, gonna go to 7. That means they're only up by 1 unit, rather than 2. And now you can shoot over them, but it's a lot easier to just back up a little bit and cut line of sight. And if you duck, you get so far down, there's no one's gonna see you from the other side. Yeah, this might be a good medium between the two. And I might even raise those up to do that, but like, yeah, this looks good. And if you have to shoot down at people right there, you have to get yourself out. So that's pretty good. Because there are no machicolations. Do you know what machicolations are? Hey, Mr. Greencastle, how's it going? Do you know what a machicolation is? Have you watched Shadiversity and know what a machicolation is? It's in castles. I'll pull up a picture of it to show you. Machicolation. I love that. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. That's how Shadiversity, Shad on YouTube pronounces it. This essentially, they didn't just have, pylons and what are they called? Corbels or something? I forget. Anyway, they didn't just have the crenellations. You know what I mean? The crenellations were actually protruded away from the wall, so that they could shoot at people who came. You know, in movies, they'll always have people like run up against the wall and hide right up against the wall, so that archers can't bend over far enough to shoot straight down at them. And they're always down there with their shields and like, yeah, we're fine, we're safe here. And they have like this long conversation that like they should get killed for. Unless, they drop pitch on them. Well, these were actually how they were built with real functional castles. Some castles are built without them, and these are how they were actually built with functional castles, so that archers could shoot straight down on you. And they might have had grating or some kind of like wooden kind of like platform that they could put there so they could stand on it, so no one would fall through whenever it's not in use as a weapon. But yeah, and they would pour boiling pitch on you, or they'll like drop rocks directly on your head because that'll kill you at that height. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, look at that. That's like 4 feet or like 4 stories or 5 stories tall. I guess 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I guess 4, but it looks almost like 5. I think there's an extra story here that has no windows. And then so like you drop down there. That'll kill you as soon as that rock hits you. So like, yeah, they basically had all these kinds of things. I'm just talking about that, but instead of forging. But I just wanted. That's what I was thinking about here. Was that theoretically you could have that here and then shoot down at people without coming out of cover. You could just be crouched down here and kill people. But but for gameplay purposes, I want you to be forced to come out of cover a little bit if you want to kill somebody down below you. So that's all I was telling you all about that for. But yeah, so now you can drop down even easier. Let's see. And do that, and then you can also fly back up, do the energy barrier. So yeah, we got a couple of different things. So now if you're in the base and you want to go across the bridge and you want to do it safely, you could either run up the ramp, which is fine, or you can grav lift up here, and then you'll be up here and you can make your way across and you can grab lift up here, and I'm not holding down the back button, and then you can make your way across the bridge this way. And then the idea is going to be that these are going to be energy barriers that can turn on or turn off. That's going to go to the middle, and flipping the switches on the end is going to switch if you're going to the bottom one or the top one, and the top one's going to give you a significant advantage over the entire map, where you're going to have like a ton of cover, easy way of like just sniping everything, and probably a power weapon spawn. So yeah, that's the idea. I might, what I was going to do, I want to build the upper platform out of the smaller pieces, like I did in Overlook with the pieces that protrude from it. But in this case, I'm just going to make a flat platform like this one, but built out of the smaller pieces. It's going to be a little bigger than this. And then the idea is to, let's see, hold on. I'm going to make it to where, like, let's see, which piece is the good one? This one right here might be a hole, and then this piece will be cover. And then there will be a grav lift down here with a small cover that will launch you up onto the top one. So even if you control the bottom one, you can still board the top one basically and get up here. And then you can go down the ramp onto the enemy base. And so that's how you'd cross the middle. Like if we had the small one over here, the low one over here, it'd go down, then we'd grav lift up, and then we'd be able to go down that way. Otherwise, and then this is kind of too easy to traverse, so I'm not sure I want it to be this easy. I might make it a flat wall, and then make slopes be on the side or something, so maybe, I don't know, you can even grab, you could easily clamber up this part if that wasn't there. So I might make the bridges block that, and just make a straight up player blocker for the bridge, not a one-way blocker, which might be necessary anyway, because one-way blockers might make it, if you try and walk up a slope that's made of a player blocker, you're actually going in a different angle than the player blocker's pointing, the one-way blocker I mean, so you need it to be a player blocker. So yeah, I'm gonna have to block player movement anyway. So the bottom slope, the top slope is going to block off the bridge for someone trying to come up it from down here, because you won't be able to go up like that. So unless you have a grapple shot, that won't. Okay, yeah, that just answered my question. I'm rambling a bit there, but that answered my question at least. Yeah. Okay, cool. Sounds good. So now I just need to. What was I going to do? Okay, I was in the middle of building this base, right? Let's finish the base, because I've got the floor over here because of that outer floor, but I don't have the floor continuing over here properly. And I need that. Let's see. And over here. Honestly, I could probably just grab this, copy it over. Are you okay, Aurora? Because this slope is going to be made of snow, so it'll hide that. But over there, it won't be hiding that. I just realized. I mean, I could still put it like mud on top of it, which makes sense. Just a little bit. Like if this goes out onto a muddy hill, that'll hide this block really well. So yeah. And then that tunnel is gonna want. That's not what I wanted. It's gonna want its own platform. And its own walkway. And then over here is going to need that as well. And then we'll finally have a floor properly in this base. I believe I snapped it to there. There we go. Does that go all the way to the end over on both sides, or does it kind of not quite? Not quite. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? Not that one. This one. I'm going to snap it to... Oh, I thought there'd be a snap point here. Yeah. That almost works. And then what I'll do is grab that one and then go like that. And actually, do you think this hallway shouldn't... It might rise up as it comes out to give you a bit of a height advantage over the people that are over there. Just a slight one, you know? I don't know. I know I'm going to give you a height advantage because there's going to be a hill out here. But maybe an actual, like, platform. So then people coming in will also have a slight height advantage over anyone trying to defend over here. You know what I mean? I think that might be a good idea. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. So this one could theoretically... It could be as little as that, but I think I want it to be a little more substantial. So I'm thinking the height needs to be another 4 up. And then have like a ramp coming off that. And that will also make it make more sense inside the caves and everything like that. The cave on the other side, and there we go. Just something like that. And then I can put a little, like, ramp cover in the middle that'll block vehicles from coming in, except for, like, mongoose, like the wider vehicles. Especially, like, ghosts. I don't think I want the ghosts coming in here, necessarily. Should I make it do that on that side as well? Or should I keep it, like, sort of, like almost flush with the wall? I'll figure that out as we go. Figure that out if we need cover on that side for the players. I think that would just make people defending, or give people defending too much cover, I think. Because they can already do this. So, giving them cover there as well would be a little tough. Although, actually, wait, if people are up there, then the people attacking need this cover to hide from them. Okay, yeah, I do need that. I think that is a solid argument. Personally. Let me grab a half piece. There we go, and snap it to there, and that should give me just the right amount of, like, hide from them. And then they'll have to bounce it off there to come at my feet with grenades, you know what I mean? And then from here, I need a way to, like, possibly attack them with grenades too, so I'll probably put something on the ceiling that you can throw a grenade at, and it'll bounce that way. Some kind of, like, chandelier, you know what I mean? Detail work. Like, this piece right here almost wants to be that, but it's not quite there. But I could do something that comes off there and actually goes below and above to give me some detail. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be something I'll probably do with a piece of art, in addition to, you know, something artistic that'll actually go through and be useful for both sides, and good looking. Which is tough to find, but that's my Halo Reach mindset, Halo Reach Forge, you know, coming out and being like, yeah, find something that's good for both, for top and bottom. For example, I could theoretically incorporate this into here. Let me see if that goes out far enough. It's not far enough, so I'd have to, like, make it way taller. And I'd have to make it thinner to make it fit this. It would need to fit the width here, which I think is 4, not 6. And I don't want it to snap necessarily. So if I did something like that, which would help divide the players, and it would create this sort of fin coming through, and then it'd be a matter of, like, figuring out the height I want and the placement, because, like, that seam doesn't look good, but if I come back into it, it would look a little bit better. And I might want to make it slightly wider than that piece, so I might actually bring it up to, like, 4.3 and use it to make some stripes. It might need to be a little wider, but, like, something that'll go well there. And then I need to move it higher. That's all I meant to do. Higher. Let's see. There we go. And now it's looking really nice up here. And the way it gets a little bit thinner before it goes into that, I think is really cool. It sort of grabs it in a way. And then down here, though, whoop, I was too close to the ceiling. Down here, though, I think it's maybe not coming down far enough, and it's not necessarily close enough. Let's see if this is worth it. Yeah, no, I can't even get it up there. I need it to be, like, right there to bounce it off of it, make it go up, hit the ceiling, and then come back down up there. Well, it's kind of cool anyway. We'll leave it there for now. See if that's worth leaving there. Because, I don't know, it doesn't really do anything blockout-wise. So, I may not want it. We'll see. Anyway, just wanted to see if something lined up with that would work, but it's got to actually be kind of lined up, like, here. Which actually wouldn't be bad either. If I had some kind of cover over here, it would make this area a lot more interesting. So maybe it'll come off of that, or maybe it'll just be something over here that's cover to help you go around the back or something. Make that area more useful. Because I think I'm going to put spawn points back here, because this is extremely safe. But coming out would be extremely dangerous. So I need to add some, like, cover here anyway. But being able to spawn back here is not a bad place to spawn. And, yeah. And then I could put, like, a weapon or something over there. So if there's cover here, it would actually work out really nicely to block this area into a sort of pseudo-room. This is no good. Let's see. And I don't have a floor. Do I have that over here too? Okay, yeah, I need to go all the way to the ground with these. Okay, I need to make all of these much taller. and copy them down. So that is what I will be doing right now. Make another version of them, and then make every single one of these. I'm probably just going to copy it individually because I realized if I make this one go to the ground on the z-axis, like 128, I think is a good. You know what? That doesn't need to be that high. 64. Alright, 64 plus 32 would be 96. 96. Okay, we'll add another 16. Wait, is that... No, that's 112? Is that correct? Something like that. I think that's right. Okay, that works. And that should be a good distance for it. And then this one I will also flip over and do 112. I'm just trying to keep the number of objects down, so whenever I have to copy this over to the snow biome later, if it comes out with the next season, then I'll have fewer objects. So realistically, I shouldn't be making this piece out of all of these other pieces, but I will figure that out later. Especially because once I get to the art phase, I might be replacing them with one giant piece. Why? Why? Alright, point more toward the bottom. And hold it down. Nope, didn't help. There we go. Let's see. There we go. Nope. There we go. Nope. Come on now. What the heck? There it is. Just gotta keep trying until it goes right. Apparently I gotta point down toward the very bottom. There we go. That should help. Should help a lot. And now I need these on the other side, and this way people can't like jump outside the map. And I can just put an instant kill spot on this ledge real quick, you know, while if we're doing the block out, or I can just fix that later if that's too confusing for people who are trying to play test it. Because I don't think I'm almost like, there we go. Did something weird. Where won't it go to the right spot? Just trying to go above and below it. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Let's see. So then we'll have... Purpose of this is just to make it to where whenever you're inside there, it won't let you jump out, and whenever you're jumping off this ledge out here, you can't get down underneath the map, because that would be bad. There we go. I don't know why those are protruding. That's actually kind of disturbing because they don't do that over here. The vertical doesn't. What is wrong with this piece? Did I... Oh, I think I adjusted this piece on the other side. Yeah, I don't think that piece is that long. Let's see. Yeah, it's 15.3. Okay. Yeah. 15.3. I might need to go the other direction, but let's... Nope. Yep, we're good. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Alright. Oh yeah, I was just about to do this last stream. And then I forgot about it. This stream. But, yeah, this is gonna be part... I was thinking... I hadn't done it yet. This is terrible looking. But I was planning on making this be the beam emitter that goes to the hard light emitter pieces on the bridge. Like maybe have one of them be this piece that's attached here, going up there, and then another one being all the way out here, maybe here. The cover that's going to go here, that's going to be sort of tied into this piece. Have that go back there. So you got two big old beams going back. And maybe one down here, but I don't think we would need that. And then we create this very suspension bridge kind of feel to it. That'll be very Forerunner. Okay, so I'll just slap in this cover. We need some cover up here anyway, because I know which one I want. Lights, Forerunner no light. It's like one of my favorites. This one. This piece right here. I think would go very nicely right here, and I could incorporate the pieces that are already poking up and through. And I could do something like that, and if it has a light pointing in that direction, I can use it as part of the tether. But if not, I can actually do it a little bit differently. Do this, and then put another piece here that does connect to the tether. And I think it would look very nice with this platform underneath it and everything. Yeah. I like that a lot. Okay, let's put this in the middle, because it's currently at -5. So whatever these sort of base pieces connect into here, it's going to point up there. So we need another light probably, because it's going to be something that has an actual light projection. This would be kind of cool, but I think that the problem is that this like flat line doesn't feel like the way that Halo does these suspension bridges. And also, it just in general doesn't quite... It covers up the entire thing that's underneath it, so there's no point to having this thing poke through anymore. So I was hoping to find something that would work there for that. I might be able to do it, but yeah, I might end up falling back on this piece. Like if I have this be above those and sort of go into this and then connect to it, yeah, that'll look good. My favorite piece. Probably my favorite piece in all of Forge right now. Let's see. Bring this down to 0. Is this light piece. It's so cool. So useful. I can bring its height down, use those pieces poking through, and just bring this up to connect into that. I think cutting it off like that is perfect with a slope there, and then connecting it there, and then making it a little bit larger this direction. And then a little bit further this way. Sort of connect in there. Might need to make it thinner. And let the square piece be on the outside. Let's see. Yeah, the square piece looks good on the outside there. Trying to figure out where the slope looks best to meet there. That's not bad. Looks pretty cool. Looks good from below as you're coming up. Yeah. Very dope, I think. And then from that will be a beam goes up to there for the suspension bridge. But I also feel like these need to have cover too. I think the very top of this needs to have really good cover right at the top, because otherwise the grav lift path will be so much like the man cannon tunnels will be so much safer to do that there wouldn't be a point to walking up here. But if you get up here and you have this really nice cover here that protects you from both sides, you got double cover for the opposite side. If you stay over here, you got that cover and that cover, completely obscuring your position, and then you can use this cover to sort of like counterattack people there, and then all you got to worry about is people coming straight down the bridge at you. Then I think this would be a really cool, this would be a viable place that you'd want to go to. Also, if you just happen to spawn up here, like if I have a respawn point like right here, then you might just, I didn't hold down the back button. Then you might just decide to run straight up the bridge because maybe they're you know, capping your flag or something. But yeah, let's go ahead and move this over here. And eventually I can move those into the actual base. That'll be cool. I'll also want to copy this entire base over soon because it's getting more and more pieces, and it'll be harder and harder to copy over because that side's still just a blank concept. And this is... I'm actually getting excited to want to play on this map, to be honest. Myself. Let's see. I'm getting, like, you know, like it was the, this was the map that Aaron was like, I just want a new map. New map. And I was like, okay, fine. So we went off to go do this, to have the swamp and the ice, and this was like, yeah, it's actually getting exciting to, like, really want to play on this map now. I'm still debating if I want a door through the middle. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. If I do, it'll probably be like an airlock kind of thing, where you go through like an energy barrier, and then on the inside, it doesn't look snowy or swampy, and then like you come out on the other side, and it's like, it might even be something like I could do energy. Actually, this is a good idea. I'm gonna turn my music back on though, because I just realized the playlist stopped probably a while ago. Is what if the energy barrier is like comes out in the middle of like the water, like there's the swamp water, and it's like coming right up to the barrier, but like not going through it because I just put the flat, you know, edge of the water right there. And then like, so over here it's blocking the water, and over here it's blocking the cold, so that inside it doesn't feel cold. It feels like, you know, nice and warm. I might even like put a light in here that's nice and orange or something that's like slightly orange to sort of make it like warm light feeling. And then have the like blue lights out here so it'll feel really cold over here. And then as soon as you go through here, It'll feel warm, and you'll come out here and you'll be walking immediately through the swamp. So that'd be kind of cool. I think that'd be a good idea. I kind of was gonna put a lake out here anyway, but I was basing it off of my local arboretum that I've been going to since I was a kid at first, and then I cut it because it wasn't working. But if I do it over here, I think it'll work really nicely. It'll also be really cool to like hop down from here and then splash, and you're running through water, like splash, 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 and you can come through the door, or you can come this way. But I also think the doors maybe will somehow be, you know, like these switches open or make the bridge switch in the middle to give your team advantage. And they won't be such an advantage that it's worth like going really heavily out of your way to come out here every single time. Is my thing freezing? Or was that a thing? Is my stream doing that freezing thing again? Oh my god. It is. I didn't notice that before. Ah, jeez. I probably have to restart my modem or router or both. Ah, all this whole stream, and it's been doing that this whole time. Is that the case, Mr. Greencastle, if you're still here? Has it been doing that the whole time, or did it just start? Because I swear I thought I was watching it for well enough to know that it wasn't going to do it. But, like, yeah, that's kind of frustrating. You know what I might do? I don't especially hate this idea. Having a platform here that you can actually, like, use and, you know, use as cover. And if it's bugging out again the whole time, that will have, like, basically wrecked or nearly ruined the stream, and I really hope that's not the case. But, yeah. Yeah, I don't like that. I think it's too much here because it wrecks what the other cover kind of calls for. Maybe this to have a bit of a poke out spot, but I think it's just keeping it flat. It's probably for the best. I think it's where you can't go out farther, but also it means that you can just go like that, sort of have cover, just immediately drop down. I think that works out. Which means I need to add it to the other side. Oh yeah, I did! Oh! I forgot about that. I also forgot that I had done that. Huh. That's the slope. Interesting. And you can still shoot over there. That's good. Because I just realized that was there, and I didn't realize how much that was interrupting, you know, everything. Okay, that's cool. I was kind of worried about that. Whenever I realized I hadn't done it. So a little bit poking out isn't a bad thing, and I'll probably have it be something like some vines that poke out and create a little bit of support there, but then just have this here. But actually, nah, I don't know. I might just delete it because on the other side, that's like a uniqueness of the other side of the map. You know, is that is there? I don't know. Although I could just make it to where the other side, it's like the other side it broke, and that's why it's snowy now. Or I could make it look like it's obscured. Like if I put it inside that rock. Let me do that. Let's just do that. Let's do that. I'm going back and forth on the idea of it. Yeah. Man, whenever I don't have Aaron in here, I always end up having some kind of stream issue that ends up not getting. I don't even realize it's happening to my stream until someone tells me. Aaron's always the one who ends up telling me about that. So yeah, that looks good. That looks great, even. Okay, cool. Alright, so when you build the floor, I feel like I want to make this area have a pathable spot over the top. I don't know if I want it to be a platform or if I want it to be like drop into, not this far though, like a, oh that's right, that's why I had made this, because I was about to do that yesterday. And then I didn't, or not yesterday, but day before yesterday. I missed yesterday. But like there's this option, right? And then there's more of like this option. And if you have to like jump, clamber, and get in, then it kind of obscures your vision down the hallway, which makes it a little easier for people to balance, unless you get up onto the thing, and then, you know, devote yourself to being very visible. So I don't hate that at all. I think I'm going to do that, and I'm going to go ahead and specifically make it. We'll go 3 down, like we did on that other one. It's 3 high, or well, it's 3 higher. If we go exactly 3 down, that'll give us a very low cover. Coming back here will hide from that door, So you can kind of hide, like if oh shoot, a warthog, and then you get that back here so the gun turret's going, just shooting the wall, you know, over your head. I think that's a good idea. Okay. I can't believe this stream is kind of doing that. Hope that's not a complete wash. I hope it wasn't doing that the whole stream. Are you guys still, is anybody still here that wants to tell me if it's still, if that weird stream glitch is happening still? Because, that's pretty obnoxious. Alright, there we go. And then I need a ramp. There we go. It's creating a big old ledge out here, so I will definitely want to go on the y-axis and set it to 8 to help prevent that. And this one, which is... yeah, I think I need a clipped corner one. Okay. Yeah, someone let me know if that is happening still. I don't actually know for sure if it's happening for everybody else or if it's just me. And if it's unbearable, then that's terrible. Let's see. On this y-axis, we'll bring it down to 12. I think that should work. Yeah, it's still there. And we'll go to 12 here. Yeah. And we can do the same thing over here with this one. Set to 12. And this piece, which is poking out, is still a little bit of a clipped corner, but it's not too bad. I might want to shorten it this way and then put like some kind of wall here or something, but yeah. The jump up there is, it works. But you can't get across unless you grapple or use those. So if you go jump, 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 you can get across the base very easily. Yeah, or you can use these. Whoop. And you gotta do it right instead of what I'm doing, which is somehow falling. Let's see. And then I need the same thing over here. Okay, so we need to get all of these. Why is it so high? Wait. Is that doing it over here too? Oh gosh, what just happened? Ugh. No, it's not. How did that... oh, I'm missing this piece. Oh, okay. I see. There's supposed to be one more piece that is attached. Right. Okay, hold on. This one needs to be attached. Okay, I need to build the rest of this out to line all of that up because it's all snapped off of these pieces, which need to be duplicated and brought over. Is that the baby? Yeah, that's our baby Guinevere. Okay, let's see. There we go. Put them all in a prefab real quick, reduce them by 3. He's not, so go ahead and get some. Oh, man. Alright, just a second. Alright. There we go. I'm gonna help her in just a second. Let me snap that there. Delete that. There we go. And now we have a little platform up here. And then I'm gonna put some like sort of vertical crenellation things that are gonna be supports for the roof. That are gonna give you even more cover up here, but yeah. And this is gonna be a great place for spawns to start you up here. That'll all be pointing right in between the big, tall crenellation pieces. Hey, PTSD machine, is my stream messing up? It actually, wait, it looks, I don't know if you just came in and then left immediately afterward, but it's freezing a lot to me. I don't know if you're still here or not. It seems to be freezing a lot, and I'm not sure why, and I was just hoping that maybe someone could tell me if it's happening to you guys too, or if it's just on my end. But, like, I am definitely seeing a whole lot of, like, my own stream is, like, right here, and it's, like, playing, and then it freezes, and then it plays, and then it freezes. Which was what it was doing a couple days ago. But, like, but that's also on Kick. I don't know about on YouTube. Let me see. It was freezing a little. I just got here. Oh, dang, so it is happening on YouTube then, yeah. Well, thanks for the info. Let me see. I'm going to go to it on YouTube. It's probably going to start talking. Because I don't have to mute the video. It was freezing a little. I just got... Yeah, okay, cool. Alright. Yeah, it keeps freezing. Okay. I'm gonna mute it at a lower volume so if it unmutes it won't be a problem. Okay, so... Yeah. Okay, well... I'm not sure what to do about that because it, like... the other time it was happening, no matter what I did that entire evening... oh, no, there was one thing. Right, there was one thing that worked. If I go to settings on OBS and output, I can't believe I forgot how to do this. Okay, I set to 300 kilobits per second instead of 8,000, or 3,000 instead of 8,000, and that might make it clear up now. Let's see. I just did it, so anytime if it freezes after this, then we know. But if it froze right before that, then it should be fine. Man, I can't believe I forgot about that. Okay, so if it gets better, let me know. If it continues to be terrible, also let me know. But yeah, it should be working. Okay, alright. That should solve it, though. That should solve it. Fingers crossed. Okay, so, there is a thing I want to do, and this is also going to be something that would be more of... Well, I guess I can do this as, block out instead of art. Because what I want to do... So far, so good. Not freezing anymore. I'd be thinking, cool. Okay. I can't believe I forgot about that. That was dumb. Alright, so let's go out here and snap it there. And do the same here. And do the same here. And one more over here. It'll actually technically end up being right up against the wall. Which is interesting because I just added this to this side and it'll be right up against this as well. So let's go see how that works out. Oop. And see if that works. So it may make it to where the quality of the stream reduces, but at least it'll stop freezing, which is the most important quality of the stream, is that it's actually streaming instead of being a picture show. You know what I mean? Alright, cool. So that's the idea of what I was thinking of for the cover. So you can jump up here, and you might spawn up here, and then you'd be like looking down and being like, I think I'm gonna put some spawn points, or at least maybe some back here, like right here, like one like this, and then one over here like that. That's some of the base spawn points. Yeah, cool. Looks like it's working. But yeah, that is, yeah, I think that's the most important thing about a stream, is that it actually moves and streams. Cool. Okay, that looks good. Like, oop, no, it doesn't look good. It's not up against there yet. It's not right. There, I guess? Yeah, that's it. That's where it would be. So it kind of makes a bit of a wall here, which means I might continue this, actually, now that I think about it. What if I continue this wall from here? Heck, it's doing its thing. Oh, that's creating an interesting shape. I don't hate that. I was going to put some cover out here anyway. I was just talking about doing that over here earlier in the stream. Man, YouTube is about to add a bunch of things like the ability to edit your videos in there, like with an editor app that's built into YouTube. And they're talking about some other AI things that will, like, not AI like AI art, but more like AI like information gathering. Where they're talking about, like, you being able to, you know, basically find out what's popular right now really easily by just, like, going into an AI and finding out, and it'll gather the information for you for, like, what's all the rage in, like, you know, in YouTube or whatever. So, like, all of that would be very useful, but the editor would be especially useful for things like this. Because, like, this stream is going to be a video afterward. And I'm going to have to, like, just live with the fact that at the beginning of the stream, it's got, like, a whole bunch of stuff cut off because I don't have enough data on my computer. I did have it set to re-recording at the beginning of the stream, and I turned that off because I didn't want to take up the little bit of data that I have left on my computer. And, because I keep on having to manually delete things. But that would have been a really smart move to have left that going so that I could upload the better version of the stream where it's the recording rather than the stream, and then it will be, you know, much higher quality and not skipping for the entire beginning of the video. But now I'd have to, like, download the video I have on YouTube and then edit the area out where it was skipping and jump straight to the here, you know? And that's fine, that'll work, but it's a lot of extra work to have to do that. So if they had the ability to, like they're talking about adding to YouTube, to edit the videos themselves directly, that's going to be really nice, because I'll be able to just go in and you know, immediately have a where am I? I think I just turned it all the way around instead of turning it 45. Yeah, I'll be able to go in there and just edit it from there, and then I won't have to re-upload any videos or do anything weird like that. So I'll save a ton of time. There we go. And that should do the whole line. Perfect. And then I need the last wall piece, which was going to be at an angle anyway, so I couldn't do it with the rest of the line. But it's also very easy to snap to. Basically, it'll just and that'll be more useful for, like, everyone, because I could just, like, trim that area out, and theoretically maybe even edit it to add text to it. Oh, I could add subtitles to this video to say skip to this point, or in my description of the video, of course, I can say skip to this point. But if it pops up on screen with like subtitles that I could add to it, I could at least tell people to skip ahead, and they could avoid all that. But yeah, anyway, I'm just still very new to YouTube. So I don't know all of the tricks for how to take care of this stuff. So basically, you don't have a lot of jump height. I like this, by the way. In Halo Infinite, there's like a jump height limiter where it'll slow you down before you hit a ceiling. Whereas in previous Halos and a lot of other games, you'll just jump up and you'll just hit the ceiling and bounce off, right? But this one, they actually detect that there's a ceiling there and they slow you down before you hit it. Because the Spartan, of course, didn't jump high enough to slam his head into the ceiling. Because he's not dumb. So, I like that kind of stuff. Like, all the aim assist and all that kind of stuff is all built in to try and communicate that your Spartan is a super soldier and knows what they're doing. Let's see, I think I know what I want to do for next to this thing. I was thinking about what I want to put here earlier. I think I know what I want it to be. I think it would be, because I need some vertical cover here too. And so what I'm gonna do is Forerunner. I think it's this. I might do the Forerunner MP version, but I can actually do something that'll cut into it, theoretically. No, not cutting into it. That would look bad. But then I just change the thickness. Go to the X. He hit it. Oh man.
And all the blueberries are in the container.
Wow. He's being a butt.
And he keeps lying.
He keeps lying.
He keeps telling us where the blueberries are when he's just lying. Every time he says he put them inside it.
Well. That's not good. I might have to, like I said, I might have to go help her with that. He is... My son is being a little butt. A bit of a bully. I might need to go help her with that. Let's see. Just a second. Where does this piece end? Like... I would think that it... Oh, it's the whole bridge? Wait, where is this piece? Oh, there it is. Apparently it's sticking through there, and I didn't even realize. Okay, well, I need to turn it around and make it not do that. Yeah. Let's see. On the x-axis, I need to bring this down by, we'll say 8, so 56. That should be enough that it won't poke through anymore. But is that enough to get it easy access to there? No. We'll go to 52. Nope. We'll go to 48. And that should give us a nice snapping point for this thing. Let's see. Well, I was hoping it would give us a snapping point for this thing. Oh, there it goes. I think it went somewhere. Alright, and then we turn it... nope, that's not in the middle. Okay, I need to be snapped to... Let's see, where's my magnet point? There it is. Inside here, there should be... There we go. That's what I'm trying to get it to do. And then turn it around. And then add like 4 to that so it pokes out. Perfect. And then I need to add... on the x-axis, I need to add another 4, so 36. Nope. Let's add another 2, 38. Yeah, then turn it around and add another 6, so 44. Boom. Perfect. Okay. So that looks good. That makes this thing look a little nicer because it's not weirdly in that gap there. And that means that I can scale this up on this axis and snap it back to there and get a better position for the layout of the map. Nice. Which also, once again, oop, I forgot about that. I didn't hold it back button. It gives good cover for the bridge, so you have to get up to here before they start getting exposed, which I think is a very solid way of making running up this bridge not a stupid idea. Alright, I'm going to pause it for like 2 seconds. I'll just bring it up here so people can see the map. I'm going to run now in there, go deal with my son being a bit of a bully, and then I'll be right back. Let's see. I need to also probably... Alright, I am back. Yeah, sorry about that. He had thrown it up onto the table in such a way that made it to where it was impossible for them to reach, but also they didn't even know it was there, and they had to, like, yeah, they were struggling to even see it. So, yeah, it was pretty weird. Also, it spilt all over the table in the process. All the blueberries came out of the container they were supposed to be in. I like the idea of using this, because that puts it about right. Look at that. Okay, we're gonna have to make it a little bigger to make it precisely correct for this. Oh, come on. What's going on? Now let me do it. Cool. Does that work? Okay, go a little bit back. And a little bit bigger. A little bit back. A little bit bigger. And then it'll line up really nicely with that art there. Let's see. Random thought. In Halo design set, in cover, at the top, the first cover can be scaled smaller than the standard 0.5 that all other objects scale to. Really? For a unique shaped piece, you can use to-go cup open in garbage because it scales down to a pinpoint as well. Really? Wait. Garbage. To-go cup open. Wow, that is very small. I am Whoa, okay, that's tiny. It's so small. When I get this close, the camera is clipping into it, making it not render anymore. Like its near render distance is clipping into it and making it no longer render. That's insane. Okay. And that's not even the smallest, I don't think. I just stopped scaling down. It goes even smaller. Oh my god. It straight up disappears as soon as it enters the little area. Okay, that's crazy. I was not aware of that. Here's a large one. This could actually be a really useful cone. I hope the textures on it don't, like, scale badly. Because you could actually use this very easily. There's the other cup, you know. But, like, this one actually... it works a little better. I hadn't thought about that. It's what I use for detail work, because you can basically make it any shape that way. Gotcha. Yeah, because you can just put... you could theoretically... oh my gosh! PTSD machine. What if someone like you were to reproduce that dot art? I forget what it's called, but you know that kind of artwork that's like dot art? Let's see. What? What is it? Pointillism. Pointillism, yes. Pointillism. Pointillism. What's that? There's that really, really famous one that's like the one that like everybody knows is seen at some point of the people at the park. Yeah? That's made of just a whole bunch of little dots. But like this kind of whole thing, you could use the little cups to do that. You could like actually paint on the wall in one of your maps a pointillism image as like a backdrop, like how people do the like the Japanese style art style where they're like flat in a tree or whatever. It would take a lot of work though. But yeah, but I didn't think about this. This is actually a really good curvature piece that I need to try changing the texture on because I'm interested in how this textures. Oh, it's kind of spirally and weird. Not really perfect. It might work for metals. It'd probably work for concrete. Ooh, that's kind of interesting. They definitely didn't go out of their way to try and texture this correctly. But yeah. Oh, that's dope. It looks like a drill bit. Let's see. Oh yeah, gotcha. That would be cool. It'll take a bunch of budget, I reckon. Yeah, it does. It would definitely take a ton of budget. That would definitely be like a very it'd be for a 2v2 map or something, you know what I mean? Not really even a 4v4. Okay, so this kind of thing, this kind of metal works, and I think that some other concretes would probably work. Like not concrete panels, concrete raw. Yeah, that one would work really well. So if you want to use this for concrete, it would work really, really well. And the scrape marks going down on this slope is actually kind of cool. It even has like a little bit of handmade effect because some of the slopes are straight and some of them go at a curve. You know what I mean? You'll BRB. Okay, sounds good. Oh no, are you okay? Did you fall down on your butt? Yeah. She's just learning to walk. Like she's standing a lot. Let's see. Okay. But then the other thing you said, you were talking about the cover pieces. I'll go to that real quick too. Halo design set cover. So the ankle cover you're saying can go way thinner than all the rest. Okay. Yeah, 0.1. That's beautiful. Look at that. Everything else stops at like 0.5. But you could make like paper thin panels with this. That's really cool. I think glass might get this thin too. I'm not 100% certain, but I think it does. There was a piece at one point that I ran into that could get down to 0.1. And I think it might have just been another piece, but it's like one of these kind of things. I also really like the people need to make use of these a lot more anyway. Where is it? Not half, not down. Nope. None of these. It's the crates. Crates. These are really cool because they got the curved corners, but otherwise they're just a box. So you can just like, you can just scale them to whatever you need them to be, and it does start to warp the corners. But if you use them the way, like really smartly, you can do that. I also like using this kind of stripe that's through the middle on this one, because you can like clip things through that to make it a different color. Because this only has, let's see, wait, what's this one? Yeah, it's just a box. This only has one swatch, right? And so you can make it something like this kind of stonework, right? But if you clip it into another object at just the right spot, you can make there be stripes. You see what I mean? So you can actually use that to add a little bit more detail too on things. It's pretty cool. But yeah, that's a little thing now. And I've done that before on an actual map on stream, so that may not be news to too many people who have been watching for a while. Let's see. I think since I'm gonna have like mud and stuff out here, this little gap here isn't gonna be a big deal. But I'll definitely want to close it up over here. But I also need to make this. I need to mirror this over to the other side, which is mirrorable, by the way. Where am I? Okay, there we go. I think that I can put this into there, and I believe I can just go down here. Position is at 12, negative 12, and it should be, I think this box is exactly centered to this man cannon, so that should work. That wall needs to go, because it didn't need to be there. And we have a double man cannon coming up here now. Which I don't think is going to be a way down unless you use a grapple shot, which would actually be kind of cool. I don't know if you'll be able to like jump over this, but if you can, that might actually be interesting. Let me try it. Alright, let's see. Oh no. I fell. Okay, hold on. Let me just try again. Let's see. Boop, there we go. Alright, so if I want to go down here, and I want to hop over this, can I make it over the grapple? Oh yeah, you can. Cool. Ooh, that shoots you a little too far. I think they both shoot you that far, so I might need to adjust that. Yeah, that's practically all the way to the other side. Okay, I need to adjust both of them. Can you adjust two man cannons at the same time with their settings? You can. That's awesome. Oh yeah, look at that. That's way too far. Okay, we're going to bring this forward back. And bring this vertical down. So we want you to land right, let's see, right about there. It's super hard to tell where these things are going to spawn. They're going to land. That looks right. It looks like I'll land there, but I might slide forward out of cover. So I think I actually want to come back to 120 and still bring this down one more because that needs to go through there without hitting your head. No, that could go up. That could go to 24. That looks good. Alright, let's see. I'll just jump down this way because I want to test the man cannon and not the other thing anyway. Ooh, just barely made that. Okay. That is a lot safer. I'm not all the way out there, and also I still have to make my distance before I can get it jump into here. Yeah, that looks good. I also feel like I need a middle cover right here. You know what I mean? A good light bridge style from Combat Evolved. You know, that kind of thing. Let's see. Forerunner. I think actually there's a Forerunner MP for that one. Yeah, cover. I could do this. But I was thinking like one of these that's like... Okay, so I could do one of these and put like 2 of them back to back. Or even put them both next to each other. Thusly. And you could use this. Oh, I could put a weapon right there actually. And then. Oh no! Oh, is she okay? Yeah. You plug down. Yeah. Here, let me get you a toy. Looks like you lost all your toys back here. You're all slid back here, too far away. There you go. Yeah, go ahead. Oh, do I want some? Oh, I think we're okay. It's about to be dinner time. We can wait. Let's see. All right. Okay, so basically, we got this going on. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. And then I want to do one of these on the other side. And like I said, I'll probably replace this one with the MP version. Because I really like the MP versions. And I think, I'm not certain, but I think they take up less budget than the regular ones. Because the regular ones have to store their swatches and the information about their swatches. Whereas the MP versions simply exist and call for their you know, files. But I think it's also like, I'm pretty sure it's about like how many distinct ones you have. Like if you have a lot of this, you know, Forerunner metal, it only has to draw that once. But if you like use every single texture in the game on your map, then I imagine it's probably going to make your map lag a little more. Because it has to draw from all these files at one time, you know what I mean? So like if, for example, if I somehow use every single texture on that building, whenever I look at that building, it has to render all of them. So it has to draw all of those files. So every single time I turn and look at that that building, it'll have to redraw all of those missing textures, you know what I mean? So I'd imagine that's probably going to be a thing. It's probably a thing that you have to worry about, but I'm not 100% certain. But let me see the like MP version of that beam, because I really do like it. Yeah, I really like this repeating texture. I think I am going to use this one. I like the way that it looks, but also, well, actually, hold on. With the regular, I can do more of this whole thing, where I can go to this here, and I can go frost, like earlier, and actually put frost on the ones on this side, versus, why is it, this one also is not showing any frost? Oh, there it is, that tiny bit of frost down there. Are you serious? That's all that it adds for the grime on this thing? Heck, the grime on here is more believable as frost, like, build up over the whole thing than this. This is like just in the grooves. Okay, well, let's see what scratches can do. Will it create scratches all over it? No. Not really. Alright, let's try this one at the right scale. So we need to copy the scale in. Control V. Control V. Also, a lot of the MP objects appear to be higher texture, but they're actually not. Or they're higher, they're different texture, like appear to be higher poly, I mean. But they're actually not. And they'll sort of be higher poly in some areas, but then like be lower poly in other areas. And so I think they're actually pretty good. So basically, there's this one versus this one. Yeah, the one from MP actually looks better. I like the way the texture is. I can't like add gold to it or anything weird like that. I'll just leave them both there, one on each side, and I'll figure out which one I want later. Give it more time. But for now, let's also bring up this coarse dirt to max. And put some, why are the scratches so visible on this one but weren't on the other one? Oh, is it about lighting? Yeah, okay, okay. So the other one wasn't so bad. It's gonna look more like this, which wouldn't look too bad. It would look pretty frosty. But yeah. Okay, alright, that's cool. That'll work. Alright, I need to find cover for up here. Something to go here, and I kind of wanted to go back and sort of wrap down over this, but I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to be able to do for that. For example, if I did something like this, then I could theoretically scale it up, do something like this. It'll wrap down and back. It'd be pretty cool. And I could even like do a line from there coming down to this as part of like a suspension bridge side line. You know, one of the, like a side kind of connection point. There we go. That's actually better. Oh, are you okay? It looks pretty cool. I think I need to make it wider though. Maybe bring it up to 8 so that those side panels aren't so like blade-like thin. There we go. Oh no. She keeps dropping things. Do you need some help with her? Let's see. Alright, so then we've got... Oh, what the heck? Where's my weapon? There we go. So then we've got some cover here, and we can actually compete with those people, and we can fall back, and we can deal with stuff over there, and, you know, threats across to the other base, while, you know, trying to make our way. Okay, that looks great, to be honest. I might bring it up to 10 wide, though, to once again make this less blade-like. Yeah, that looks like a much better angle to it. More flavor to it, I think, that way. And then coming up here, yeah. But also there's a version of this that's MP, and it might look even nicer. I think I didn't go to the MP one. Oh, I am on the MP one. No, this is wrong. Okay, hold on. I copied the one that I already had there. Let's see what the MP one looks like on this, because... Let's see. 400 MP, no light. Does this one exist on the MP? It does. Cool. There we go, because that looks really cool. I like the textures that they add to them. Like that sweeping line there scales with it and ends up being one big sweeping line, so this repeating texture, and I like that a lot. And the same thing applies to this like side here where it's like this repeating texture. This side has its one single line, its repeating patterns that I think look really nice. So I'm going to see if at that scale, at these scale settings, if it still retains a really cool shape to it. Like I believe it will. Go ahead and turn the music back on real quick. Oh, I copied the wrong one. There we go. And once again, I will make an MP side versus a regular. And we will snap that there. And see. Oh, and it adds a light there, whereas there isn't one inside of there. Oh man, I forgot about that. I can't add frostiness. Oh, and it's got that. This one doesn't have that. It's got a texture that's based on one of the textures you select. That one is definitely more aesthetically pleasing for the way the lines are drawn and the, you know, everything, the patterns on it. This one can have some really good patterns on it you can apply, but like this, for example, looks really weird where it terminates there. It doesn't look like it's terminating in a good spot, but this one is designed to terminate in a proper spot and to have like a bevel there and everything like that built into its normals mapping. Whereas this one's bevel is like, it's wrapping around. Let's see if I can get onto it. Okay. Oh. Okay, hold on. If you look at the normals, like it wraps around here, and that weirdly terminates this repeating pattern here because of the scale I'm at. But like if I scale it differently, it'll repeat differently, right? So I could theoretically find a good spot for it, but for now, if I wanted to make it this size or whatever, which I am liking that size, and if I had lines coming down for suspension bridge, it'd be cool. And then that line coming to the middle there, and then another line coming over here. I just feel like it's gonna look really good this way, and yeah, I think I might go with this one. So yeah, It's a good trade-off for MP versus non-MP, but like this one, for example, I probably will keep as Wait, did I? Yeah, this one's non-MP, and I'll probably keep it this way because at this scale, at its basic default scale, at this basic default scale, the textures are, you know, repeating in a proper amount. You know, whenever you scale them up, they start to repeat weirdly. That's the problem. Where it's got the same pattern 3 times here, 4 times. Whereas down here, it's perfectly fine. And then I could add color to it in a different way. So I'll just make the metal be the same gray, darker gray as that, but then I can add patterns. I can change the colors of the other pieces. Anyway, yeah. Let's see. So I got to show off a lot, most of the stuff that I did off stream and then did a few things today. But I think I might have to get up now. Might need to get off now. And, we gotta go do dinner. Let's figure that out. Let's see, this is gonna be 0.4. That should make it match that metal pretty nicely. Oh, wait, no. No, it doesn't. Wow, that's like the point, I think it's 0.8, I think, to match that metal. Yeah. So if I want to match that metal, then it's going to be 0.8 to make it that dark. Yeah, it's not bad. Anyway, yep. Alright, so I gotta get going. PTSD machine, if you get back and I'm gone. Sorry about that. But yeah, I don't know if you might already just be back and just listening. But anyway, the point is, I'll catch you guys next time. It was a very short stream today because I had to go on so late. I was planning on doing it, like going live another 30 minutes to an hour prior, but I had to get some stuff done before I could. So anyway, but yeah, I'll catch you guys next time.